Now on CoastTV News.
Controlling congestion, why Rehoboth Beach is discussing a change to its schedule of fees for the parking season.
Plus, license limits loom. We have the next steps Ocean City is taking today when it comes to short-term rental restrictions and the opposition by some property owners.
Waking up to temperatures in the 20s this Tuesday morning. We say hello to the 40s as we begin to thaw out on Delmarva. I'll have details on how long that thaw will last.
And Laurel voters vote no.
It doesn't make sense to continue to dip in my pocket and not see the test score results to reflect that.
The aftermath of Laurel School District's failed attempt to increase its operation funds as enrollment continues to grow.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we're now taking a live look at Rehoboth Beach and a winter scene on the boardwalk. Still many weeks away from the summer crowd, and with more people, there's more parking needed. It is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us during our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we are expecting it to be a bit warmer in Rehoboth Beach today, but basically normal February conditions, not that ice station zebra stuff that we've been experiencing.
Well, you know what? That good rodent of yours, Phil, did predict 6 more weeks of winter, and it is feeling like that. Do you almost wish that he?
I do. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been ready to go with the short sleeves and shorts.
And your grill.
And the grill.
And the boogie board and the
boogie
kayak out on the bay. I wonder what would happen if we stuck you on the kayak. We pushed you across the frozen Delaware Bay. The ferry can't get through, but maybe Matt Pensick could.
Yeah, I could make my way to Cape May. All right, well, making our way to typical February weather day as First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. He's in the Weather Center. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Pleasant good morning to you, Delmarva. We are seeing temperatures in the 20s this morning. It is a dry start. Once again, 27 degrees in Laurel. And you can see temperatures are holding generally in the mid to upper 20s. We're at 24 Georgetown and Bridgeville, 25 in Milton, and we are holding at 29 in Ocean City. Unlike yesterday, we had sub-zero wind chills, single-digit wind chills. Not much of a wind chill this morning, so that is certainly good news with the southerly wind flow. Winds have been relatively calm. Now, we do have overcast skies. We have a few snow showers and flurries passing across western portions of Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania as well. Most of that is going to stay to our north. The air is just very dry across Delmarva, and we are under partly to mostly cloudy skies to the day today. We get up to around the mid to upper 40s. It's going to be a beautiful feeling to get those temperatures above the 40-degree mark, and we're going to stay a brief shower overnight chance, but overall we're going to stay pretty dry throughout the week. I'll have details on rain chances over the weekend coming up in that full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour is that parking situation in Rehoboth Beach. On Monday, city commissioners, they held a budget meeting for fiscal year 2027. And they floated the idea of something called congestion pricing. That was brought up.
CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Rehoboth Beach. Elisa, the city commissioner, said this would mean lower prices during some of the typically less busy weekdays and keeping the normal price during those busy times.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. In just a couple of months, parking meters like this one will be uncovered, and finding open parking spaces will be a challenge in the nation's summer capital. Right now, if you are looking to come to Rehoboth Beach from May 15th to September 15th, you're going to have to pay $4 an hour. At Monday's meeting, one of the commissioners asked the assistant city manager what it would be like if they maybe lowered the prices for some of the less busy days of the week, like Tuesday to Thursday. Assistant City Manager Evan Miller said that they do have the means to do that. They just would have to reconfigure the system. It just takes time to set up the programming. Commissioner Good mentioned she had been advocating for lower prices during some days of the week, and Commissioner Good did mention it is February, so time is ticking. Parking revenue in Rehoboth dropped significantly during fiscal year 2026, falling nearly $1 million short of the city's projected budget. The city said parking revenue came in at $10.1 million, down from $10.6 in 2025. And Commissioner Thier said this is an idea that has been talked about for over a year, but he does not think it is realistic to implement it for summer 2026. He said the city should keep looking at this idea over the next year and hire a system that would actually look at if congestion pricing is worth it. This is just being talked about. Nothing has been proposed. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa, in Rehoboth. And that parking discussion is occurring at the same time that Lewis is looking to increase its fees as part of its fiscal year 2027 budget. Last week, we reported that there is a proposal of upping the hourly rate for in-town meters to $2.50 and the beach parking to $3. The city says that if the fee changes do go into effect this summer, it will generate an additional $250,000.
Ocean City officials are moving forward with a plan to limit short-term rentals in residential areas.
Leaders are expected to discuss the topic today.
Proposed ordinance would cap short-term rental licenses in R1 and also mobile home districts at 10% of all properties, and according to town documents, that would currently allow up to 375 licenses, leaving about 55 new licenses available.
Existing licenses would remain valid, but new licenses would prioritize Ocean City residents, with applications handled on a first-come, first-served basis. According to the town, the ordinance must pass by March 2nd to take effect for the 2026 rental season. Town leaders will gather at 1 p.m.
Here we go again. Cape May Lewis Ferry announcing the first round of trips scheduled for today canceled, and that includes that 8:45 a.m. departure from Lewis. Now, it's important to note that the ferry has canceled several trips over the past 2 weeks because of ice conditions that we're showing you right there in the Delaware Bay.
An update to a story that we brought you on Monday. If you want a say in how housing could change in Lewis, mark your calendar for March 2nd. City leaders are planning a public hearing on accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. Those are small, separate living spaces built on the same property as single-family homes. Lewis City Council set the hearing date during Monday night's meeting. The city is looking at allowing these units in certain residential zones.
I think this is a very useful feature for these people. Some people may have a teenager who lives up there. Some people may have a home health aide who lives up there. But these uses are non-conforming. They are not contemplated by the code.
City officials say the goal here is to expand long-term rental options while keeping the look and feel of existing neighborhoods intact.
On your screen right now, we are showing you video of the corner of Milton-Ellendale Highway and Union Street Extended in Milton area. That's where crews are building a Royal Farms. You can see a lot of trees have already come down, with heavy equipment clearing and leveling the land before the convenience store and gas station is built up.
After a full day of voting in Laurel, the Laurel School District says voters have rejected a referendum that would have brought in new operating funds.
And according to the unofficial results that the district shared on Facebook, 612 people voted in favor of it, but nearly double, 1,113 voted against it, and it marked the district's first current express referendum in roughly 40 years.
Leaders say the funding would have supported staff salaries, student services, transportation, and school safety as costs rise and enrollment grows.
And some voters who oppose the measure that we spoke to say they want to see stronger academic results before paying those higher taxes.
A few years ago, we got a huge reassessment to build all new schools in the district. And come on. Fixed income, I mean, it doesn't make sense to continue to dip in my pocket and not see the test score results to reflect that.
The referendum had passed. The district estimated the average homeowner would pay about $171 more a year. And for more information on the referendum, head to the article on our website, coasttv.com.
U.S. military says 2 people are dead after a counter-narcotics operation Monday in the Eastern Pacific. Check this out. There, officials confirm that a joint task force carried out a lethal kinetic strike against a boat they say was operated by designated terrorist organizations. According to military officials, intelligence indicated that the vessel was traveling along known narco-trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific and was actively involved in narcotics trafficking operations. New this morning, people who live in the Heritage Shores area may notice slightly lower water pressure. According to Bridgeville officials, staff there discovered a leak at the base of the Heritage Shores water tower. That was Monday afternoon. And the water we're showing you here is pooling in a field that's just south of the tower off of Wilson Farm Road. Town says there is no danger to homes or water quality, and repair crews are expected to arrive today.
New this morning, excitement for St. Patrick's Day is ramping up in Ocean City. The town is announcing the date of this year's parade, and according to officials, the celebration will take place on Saturday, March 14th. People will begin to march down 60th Street starting at noon, and they can head to South Street for the 45th Street judging stand.
And we're now taking a live look this Tuesday morning at Washington, D.C. Lawmakers had a chance to review unredacted Epstein files that was released by the Justice Department. And this comes as Ghislaine Maxwell, the co-conspirator of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, says she will answer lawmakers' questions if she gets clemency from President Trump.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us reactions after Maxwell pleaded the Fifth for every question asked by the House Oversight Committee Monday.
Lawmakers given their first chance to view unredacted versions of the Jeffrey Epstein files that the Justice Department made public with large chunks blacked out, walking out with more questions.
What I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files.
Republican Thomas Massie then posting questions about 4 redacted names in one document. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche directly responding that the Justice Department had just unredacted all non-victim names in the file Massie referenced, and that the DOJ is committed to transparency. But lawmakers say there are still portions blacked out in what's supposed to be the unredacted files.
And that's because the documents produced to justice from the FBI, from the grand jury, was redacted when they got it.
As they push for full transparency, members of the House Oversight Committee voicing frustration after Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell refused to answer any questions in their deposition.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Repeatedly pleading the Fifth in a virtual appearance from the Texas prison camp where she's serving her 20-year sex trafficking sentence. Maxwell's lawyer saying she's, quote, prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump, something the president has not definitively ruled out and Epstein survivors passionately oppose.
Why would that even be entertained in any way?
Lawmakers in both parties have spoken out against clemency for Maxwell. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
New overnight, Salisbury getting a major financial boost to improve drinking water on the Eastern Shore. State officials have awarded Salisbury more than $24 million to upgrade the Paleo water treatment plant.
Yeah, the city says the funding is replacing aging filtration systems and modernizing the plant's control technology. And according to city leaders, this project includes new filters, a new treatment building, and upgrades designed to remove PFAS and nitrates from drinking water.
City leaders say Salisbury already meets current PFAS standards and is preparing ahead of stricter regulations that are expected in 2031.
Also new overnight, investigators are working to determine the cause of a car crash in Selbyville. Just look at that right there on your screen. Wow. According to the Selbyville Volunteer Fire Company, this was the scene around 12:45 Monday afternoon, and first responders say it happened near Bishopville Road and Hatchery Road.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News today.
Coming up, Baker says goodbye. Why a champion of the famous Smith Island cake is walking away from her business.
Also, looking into landfill, what we know so far about an investigation in Wicomico County.
Still ahead, a multicultural club for kids is building bridges in Milford and beyond. How that club got its start more than a decade ago. And First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is in the Weather Center. He's tracking temperatures that are expected to rise above the freezing mark. We check in with Chris next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. We have been in the deep freeze here on Delmarva over the past few weeks, well below average. You have to go back to January 23rd to have a day above where we were above the average high. And right around this time of year, average high is 47 degrees. We're going to be right on par with that this afternoon. As we take a live look into Dover, 26 degrees. We are dry. Cold across the area, 27 in Easton, 28 in Lewis, and we're at 29 in Ocean City. Unlike yesterday, we had single-digit wind chills today. Not much of a wind chill because the winds are calm. Now, we do have overcast skies across the region this morning. Partly to mostly cloudy skies through the day today. Temperatures getting right around those seasonal averages in the mid-40s. We'll talk about even milder temperatures and that all-important Valentine's Day forecast here in minutes.
Looking forward to it, Chris. Delaware's new paid leave program is off to a strong start. The state started accepting claims on January 1st, and workers received their first payments last week. Officials say nearly half of the approved claims, about 45%, are for medical leave, while 42% are for new parents. Family caregiver leave makes up 13%, and less than 1% is for military-related needs.
The Culture Club PR is a multicultural club for kids based in Milford. Coast TV's Ana Sofia Roman shows us who's behind it and what the mission is.
Neida Albarran, raised in Puerto Rico since she was very young, is the founder and director of the Culture Club PR. She started it 12 years ago on the island.
Puerto Rico is a very small island, but so many people from around the world come, and I just wanted kids to be able to appreciate their traditions, their cultures, be able to greet them in their language, and just know a little bit more about the great big world, beautiful world that's out there that they might not be able to see yet, but hopefully sparking that cultural curiosity will make them try to reach out and get out there.
The Culture Club PR has reached different towns and cities in Delaware, mostly in the South, with workshops on different cultures of the world.
We promote a culture of peace through multicultural learning, experiences, and celebrations. We do it through games, music, crafts especially, literacy.
For Albarran, it is a great satisfaction to be part of the development of children.
I believe it starts with the kids, so I invest as much as I can in instilling the value of unity, togetherness, hope, and the beauty of diversity into these children, whatever way I can.
An immersive experience for the little ones in our area. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Ana Sofia Roman.
Time is 6:22, and you are looking live at ice covering the canal in Lewis. Wow, Chris. Oh, yeah. It's been a while with that we've seen scenes like this that we've been getting on the canal and the bay for the last couple of weeks now. I mean, I personally, I'm trying to recall the last time I saw something like this.
Yeah, you know, we had some wind chills that we don't normally experience this past weekend, and we went over a week without getting above the freezing mark, and that was our longest stretch since 2017 and 18. So, yeah, we're in some rare territory where we normally don't see an extended period of cold like this, and that's what's leading to all that ice across the area, and it's starting to shift now. We're getting some ice from New Jersey, the Delaware Bay, and it's kind of moving all around. 27 in Laurel. You have overcast skies there. 28 in Lewis. We're at 24 in Georgetown. Winds are calm, so no single-digit wind chills this morning. So that is a step in the right direction. We have a few light flurries to the north. Cloud cover across most of Delmarva at the moment as this system pushes to the east. We have high pressure retreating offshore. This cold front extending across portions of Minnesota and the Dakotas. That's going to be swinging through our area come tomorrow. Well, thinking of warmer times, right? 38 days to spring, 54 to Easter, 104 till Memorial Day, and then 44 until the 4th of July. Temperatures getting into the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. A really nice day with the southerly wind. We get up to 46. Salisbury 45. Ocean Pines wouldn't surprise me to see a few 48, 49 degree temperatures on the board this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies through the overnight as we see a brief chance of a sprinkle or a shower as we go into the wee hours of Wednesday morning. Not going to amount to much. It does turn breezier into our Wednesday. You see the southerly winds today, but by Wednesday, that cold front pushes through. We'll have gusts to near 25, 30 miles an hour. We stay dry through the week. It's Sunday into Monday when our next storm system will impact the area. The good news is we're looking pretty good for Valentine's Day. In fact, temperatures near 50 degrees. And then here's that system we've been tracking late in the weekend through Monday. Most of the system now shifting further to the south, but this is trending to be more of a rain event for the area. 46 as we thaw out today. We stay above the freezing mark tonight with that spotty shower and sprinkle. 45 into our Wednesday, and then behind the front we turn slightly cooler Thursday, Friday under mostly sunny skies, and then watching that chance for rain Sunday into Monday. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Got an investigation into a landfill in Wycomico County that's continuing. The inquiry into the Newland Park Convenience Center comes at the request of the Office of the State's Attorney. Officials say the area in Salisbury It's been closed off to the public since Saturday, and it's still not clear what the state's attorney's office is looking for, and also unclear if anything has been found. People in this area are looking forward to getting more information.
If they wanted us to know, I guess they'd tell us, but you got to do what you got to do in the law in order to win your case, so that's what I think.
Curious to see what it's going to be about. We'll see in time. It'll all tell.
According to officials, that landfill is expected to open back up today.
And up next on CoastTV News Today, baker says goodbye. What's next for one baker of the famous Smith Island cake? We'll be right back. A Smith Island icon is saying goodbye. Baker Mary Adam Marshall is retiring, and she's one of the champions of the famous Smith Island cake. Marshall says she makes all of her cakes by herself, and she has for years. Through her business, she's sent hundreds of Smith Island cakes, just about to every state, actually. However, the amount of calls she gets are just too much to handle on her own. Marshall decided that December of 2025 was going to be the end of her professional baking career.
I think it was a good run. I've enjoyed it. I love talking to people. I love people, and I'm proud of what I've done. My cake is no better than nobody else's.
Marshall credits the cake for putting Smith Island on the map. She says other bakers will continue the tradition while she enjoys a very well-deserved break.
Boy, cake. Grace was talking about burgers off air. My stomach is starting to growl at this hour as we take a live look into Lewis. We have the overcast skies, 25 degrees this morning, so we're not dealing with bitterly cold temperatures. And we're going to have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day in Ocean City, Fenwick Island, getting above the 40-degree mark, so that is certainly going to feel good with southerly winds across the area. Lewis and Rehoboth, mid-40s through Cambridge and Crisfield, with temperatures getting into the mid-40s. So beautiful afternoon under partly cloudy skies. Matt Spence, congratulations from Seaford, Delaware. We will have your 7-day forecast in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. After the break on CoastTV News Today, Jillian Maxwell pleads how bipartisan lawmakers are reacting to a new deposition.
Also, water leak found. How Bridgeville officials say this leak near Heritage Shores could impact you.
And curbing congestion. Details of a new parking proposal in Rehoboth Beach. CoastTV News continues after the break.
Now on CoastTV News.
Bay Passage block. The latest on how icy conditions are forcing schedule changes for the Cape May Lewis Ferry.
Waking up to temperatures in the 20s this Tuesday morning. We say hello to the 40s as we begin to thaw out on Delmarva. I'll have details on how long that thaw will last.
Controlling congestion, why Rehoboth Beach is discussing a change to its schedule of fees for the parking season.
And housing hearing ahead, the next step in Lewis for regulating smaller housing units in the effort by the city to find that balance between owning a rental and keeping the look of existing neighborhoods intact.
This is CoastTV News Today.
February 10th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, we're approaching 6:33 on this Tuesday morning, and Grace, you're on the vegetarian side of things. There's a reason for the grease thought in a moment. But you were telling us during the break that you have this hankering for a hamburger.
Well, we were talking about the Smith Island cake and how
Right.
good that would be. And we were just talking about how a lot of people are now posting post-Super Bowl that they were out on the West Coast. They were trying these In-N-Out burgers. And I've always wanted to try one. It's been a good 6 years since I've had an actual burger in my hands. There's only one scenario in which I will eat an In-N-Out burger, but Matt and I are now planning our trip. We're going to go to Smith Island for a Smith Island cake. We're going to go to San Francisco, to the Super Bowl Mecca to have an In-N-Out burger, and then we're going to meet Chris in Key West for a key lime pie. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, aren't you happy that Grace is planning out our vacation so far out in advance for us this year?
I know. I love that. I'll meet you guys in Key West. I'll meet you down there in the warm weather as we take a live look into Dover, where there is still a snow and ice pack there. Yeah, we're going to slowly begin to melt that across the area today. 26 degrees in Dover. Temperatures holding in the mid to upper 20s this morning. We're at 24 in Georgetown, 25 Delmar, 28 in Bethany Beach. Positive news this morning. We're not seeing single-digit wind chills, so no dangerous wind chills to deal with this morning. So more of a seasonable start to the day, we'll call it. We have overcast skies. A mix of sun and clouds will be expected through the morning. We have some snow showers well off to the north. Most of those are not reaching the ground. The atmosphere just bone dry across the mid-Atlantic. Temperatures getting into the mid to upper 40s this afternoon under that mix of sun and clouds. We'll talk about even milder temperatures. We're going to be pushing the 50-degree mark in the 7-day forecast. I'll have more on that here in a bit.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this half hour is the parking in Rehoboth Beach. On Monday, the city of Rehoboth Beach held a budget meeting for fiscal year 2027, and the idea of congestion pricing was brought up.
Yeah, it was, and we have our Elisa Weber in Rehoboth Beach, where the city commissioners said this could mean lower prices during some of the typically less busy weekdays in the summer. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. In a few months, meters like this one will be uncovered, and it'll be hard to find open parking spaces like these in the nation's summer capital. Right now, if you are looking to come to Rehoboth Beach from May 15th to September 15th, you're going to have to pay $4 an hour. At Monday's meeting, one of the commissioners asked the assistant city manager if it would be possible to lower the price during a couple days of the week that are typically not as busy, like Tuesday to Thursday. Assistant city manager Evan Miller said that they do have the means to configure the system. It just takes time to reprogram everything. Commissioner Good mentioned she has been advocating for years to lower the rate during some days of the week. Commissioner Good also mentioned it is February, so time is ticking. Parking revenue in Rehoboth Beach dropped significantly during 2026, falling nearly $1 million short of the city's projected budget. The city said parking revenue was at $10.1 million, down from $10.6 million in the fiscal year 2025. And Commissioner Thier said this is an idea that has been talked about for over a year, but he does not think it would be realistic to implement for summer 2026. Over the next year, he said the city should look at hiring someone to do a study to see if congestion pricing will actually be beneficial to the area. Again, no action was taken. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. And we are going from Rehoboth Beach to Ocean City. And officials there are moving forward with a plan to limit short-term rentals in residential neighborhoods.
Leaders are expected to discuss this topic today.
It's a proposed ordinance. It would cap short-term rental licenses in those R1 and mobile home districts at 10% of all properties. And according to town documents, that would currently allow up to 375 licenses, leaving about 55 new licenses available.
Existing licenses would remain valid, but new licenses would prioritize Ocean City residents, with applications handled on a first-come, first-served basis. According to the town, the ordinance must pass by March 2nd to take effect for the 2026 rental season. Town leaders will gather at 1 p.m. And the Cape May Lewis Ferry announcing the first round trip ride scheduled for today has been canceled. It's important to know that the ferry has actually canceled several trips over the past 2 weeks. That's because of the icy conditions in the Delaware Bay.
We have video for you of the corner of Milton-Ellendale Highway and Union Street Extended. That is where crews are building a Royal Farms. And you can see already a lot of trees have come down, with heavy equipment clearing and leveling the land before the convenience store and gas station is built up.
And an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. If you want a say in how housing could change in Lewis, mark your calendar for March 2nd. City leaders are planning a public hearing on accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, which are small, separate living spaces built on the same property as single-family homes. Lewis City Council set the hearing date during Monday night's meeting. And the city is looking at allowing these units in certain residential zones. City officials say the goal here is to expand long-term rental options while keeping the look and feel of existing neighborhoods intact.
New this morning, people who live in the Heritage Shores area in Bridgeville may notice slightly lower water pressure. According to town officials, a leak was discovered at the base of the water tower Monday afternoon. And that water that you're seeing here is pooling in a field just south of the tower. That's off of Wilson Farm Road. The town says there's no danger to homes or water quality. Repair crews are expected to arrive there today.
New this morning in Cambridge, a new sidewalk improvement program aiming to help property owners fix damaged or uneven residential sidewalks. Officials say the program is voluntary and will be offered on a first-come, first-served basis. Under the plan, the city will hire and pay contractors to complete the repairs and Property owners will repay the cost through a no-interest loan spread over 5 years and added to property taxes. We are now taking a live look into Tucson, Arizona on this Tuesday morning as the search for Nancy Guthrie has entered its 10th day.
This is officials say a second purported deadline. It passed on Monday.
Reed Binion now showing us the latest as Today Show host Savannah Guthrie says the family believes her 84-year-old mother is still out there.
A second purported deadline has passed in the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother. According to a purported ransom note sent to a Tucson TV station, Nancy Guthrie's possible abductors demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. Monday. The note included a threat to Guthrie's life if demands weren't met. Just hours before that deadline passed, Savannah Guthrie posted another video to social media, this time addressing the public instead of her mother's alleged kidnappers.
We believe our mom is still out there. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
People seem to have been heeding that call, with new billboards going up across the country urging anyone with information about the case to call authorities. The FBI releasing a new statement Monday night, saying it still has not identified a suspect or a person of interest in the case. The agency also appealing to the public, writing in part, quote, "Someone has that one piece of information that can help us bring Nancy home." Harvey Levin of TMZ, which also received a ransom note, reacting to the statement.
Well, I think it aligns with Savannah Guthrie's desperate plea today.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
New overnight, Jeffrey Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell pled the fifth in a virtual deposition on Monday. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed Maxwell to testify about her and Epstein's crimes and their possible collaborators in an alleged sex trafficking ring. According to the committee chair, James Comer, she invoked her Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. Republicans and Democrats on the committee say by refusing to answer questions, Maxwell is holding back justice for the young women and young girls that she and Epstein abused.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, support for steam engine, where Lewis says it would put the locomotive on display in the city.
Also, Battle of the Blue. Why tonight's boys basketball game between Woodbridge and Seaford is more than a rivalry game. It's a reunion. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Hope this Tuesday morning is treating you well. Delmarva looking live into Laurel. We've had cloudy skies to start this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s. We're at 26, Laurel 25, Georgetown 29 in Ocean City. Winds have been relatively calm this morning. Now the clouds were going to be with us through the start of the day, and then we'll have a mix of sun and clouds through the latter part of the afternoon. Temperatures, well, we're going to be right around that seasonable average of 45 to 47 degrees, and we see a little cool down late week as a cold front pushes through the region. You can get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert Weather phone. Your 7 and 10 day forecasts are coming up here in minutes.
The Lewis Junction Railroad and Bridge Association has launched a community fundraising campaign. It's aimed at bringing a historic steam locomotive back to the city. The effort's called Bring Number 60 for 250. The goal of raising money to relocate and install a 1913 Pennsylvania Railroad steam locomotive at Lewis Junction. This engine would join the existing rail display near the Lewis Public Library and the Rollins History Museum.
New this morning, Sussex County Libraries giving young readers something to look forward to. The organization says its Children's Book Festival will take place on May 2nd. Organizers say it will feature an author meet and greet, food trucks, and other vendors, as well as a petting zoo and train rides. Families can head to the Milton Library from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to participate.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
These two guys know each other pretty well. Who are they, you ask? Well, on the left, that's Vince Evans Jr., the athletic director and boys basketball coach at Seaford. On the right, there's Marvin Morris, the head coach for Woodbridge Boys Hoops, and when those two teams play tonight, it'll be a reunion. Back when Coach Evans originally got the Blue Jays job, his top assistant was Morris. They had plenty of success together, but Morris eventually left for the top job with the Blue Raiders. That means twice a year, the old colleagues and friends get to play some chess on the court against each other. Evans even said it's like coaching against himself. If that's the case, he's gotten pretty good at it. Seaford has beaten Woodbridge the last 11 times they've matched up. That includes back in January when the Jays beat the Raiders by 21. For what it's worth, though, Woodbridge has won 5 of its 6 games since then, and this is a rivalry game, so anything can happen. You can watch the game tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network. Tip-off is at 6:30, but tune in at 5 to watch the same schools battle it out in girls basketball. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up tonight on DSN, you just heard all about it. 5 o'clock, Seaford takes on Woodbridge in girls basketball. And then we have that 6:30 boys basketball game. You saw the previews just a moment ago. You can catch the final score at 10:30. Now, you can watch those 2 basketball games on DSN Plus. You also get these exclusives at 6 p.m. It's the start of a couple of boys basketball games for you when Y-High faces Mardella. 6:30, Sussex Central hosts Polytech, and Smyrna takes on Cesar Rodney. And then at 7, the Gunston School visits St. Peter and Paul. That's in girls basketball.
If you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign-up to your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, no single-digit wind chills smacking us in the face this morning. We have temperatures in the 20s, cloudy skies. We're in for a pretty nice day, getting back into the 40s. I'll have details on how long the 40s will stick around. Full 7-day forecast is up next.
The time is now 6:49 a.m. as we are taking a live look out into Laurel. Chris, I'll take that as a nice sunrise reveal today. A little sun coming through the clouds there. And here's the thing, Chris, we're looking to a little bit of a warmer day. You're talking temperature of 40 degrees.
Oh, we're gonna get well into the 40s, mid to upper 40s. How's that sound? And average high 47. So it's going to feel pretty good after the bitter wind chills we've experienced over the last few days. We have cloudy skies in Dover. There's that snow and ice pack across the landscape. 26 degrees in Dover. We're holding at 24 in Milton, 26 Ocean Pines, 28 in Bethany Beach. Now we have calm winds to start today, so we're not seeing the sub-zero, the single-digit wind chills like we've had in recent mornings. And we have a few light flurries off to the north, passing across southeastern Pennsylvania. Most of that is not even reaching the ground. The atmosphere across the area is just bone dry. High pressure is going to continue pushing offshore, and then that cold front is going to swing to the south through the day tomorrow. So highs today reaching the mid to upper 40s. Mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon, and we'll introduce that southerly wind kicking in through the day today. We get up to 46 in Georgetown, 45 in Ocean Pines. Now, as we go into the overnight, have an area of moisture past to our north. We may get grazed with a few sprinkles, maybe even a brief shower into the wee hours of Wednesday morning. Not going to amount to much. We hold in the 40s once again for our Wednesday as that cold front pushes through. The thing is, the winds are going to be picking up as we go through the day tomorrow. So we have the southerly wind today. That'll pick up a bit through the evening and overnight, a bit on the breezy side, 20, 25 mile an hour gusts. By tomorrow, we're seeing gusts in over 30 miles an hour, and we stay pretty breezy into Thursday as well. The good news is we're going to stay pretty dry through the week as well. It's not really until late Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, we see our next chance of any measurable precipitation, and it's in the form of rain. We stay dry and beautiful through our Valentine's Day. Clouds increase Sunday, and then there's that moisture. Now models continuing to suppress this system. Earlier in the week, we had that system pushing further to the north, so we'll continue to track the overall timing and intensity through the week. 46 this afternoon. We're at 33 with that spotty shower. 45 into our Wednesday. Mostly sunny skies into Thursday and Friday. We dip back into the mid to upper 30s. A beautiful Valentine's Day, 47, and then watch that chance of rain Sunday through Monday.
Like that beautiful Valentine's Day. Thank you, Chris. We're now giving you a live look at downtown Milan, Italy. We're closing in on 1 p.m. there. We got a 6-hour difference in time zones as the 25th Olympic Winter Games continue. Let's take a look at that medal count. The U.S. has 2 golds so far, no silver, no bronze, so that means their total of medals is 2. Italy has 1 gold, 2 silver. Those 6 bronze give them a total of 9, and Japan has 2 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. They have a total of medals of 7.
Some tough competition there, Matt. Well, today is day 7 of competition at the Olympic Winter Games, and our coverage will continue all the way to the closing ceremonies on February 22nd right here on Coast TV.
And we do have a programming note for you. Due to the Winter Olympics from February 9th to the 20th, you can watch Jeopardy! That'll be on our sister station, Fox 21, at its regular time, 7:30 p.m. Same show, same time, just a different channel while the games are on.
Time is now 6:53 a.m. Matt Pensick, it is time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Okay, today's coastal pet of the day, smiling in the face of adversity. On your screen right now is Baby Cakes. Baby Cakes is a 3-legged mini schnauzer, and Baby Cakes doesn't let anything keep her down. She was submitted to us by Michelle in Lincoln.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva, just like Baby Cakes here. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special if you take a look at your screen now.
Scan that QR code top center, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Starting our day in the 20s, and we're going to warm up pretty nicely into the mid to upper 40s this afternoon under partly to mostly cloudy skies. Your 10-day forecast shows 45 into Wednesday. Cold front will bring some slightly cooler air by Thursday and Friday, but we stay sunny and dry and a beautiful Valentine's Day. Look at that, 47 degrees, and we stay on the mild side. Notice no Arctic air anywhere in this 10-day forecast, and watching that chance for rain late Sunday through Monday. President's Day looking at an early morning rain, all depending upon the intensity and track of that storm system. And then we stay in the low to mid 50s through the early and middle part of next week.
Warmer temperatures sound nice. Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And don't forget to download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.